when it comes to the war with Iran. No, if you go watch the clip in full, he said so he went there and argued against no bombing. Okay, number one, he wanted no bombing. Trump said, we're going to do a limited strike. We have clear ins, clear outs. We have a clear mission accomplished, and we know when we'll be done, and it'll be done, and that's it. In that scenario, Charlie said, okay, I'm going to trust that Trump is going to do that and nothing else. And then on Thought Crime with Blake and those cronies, they literally said, we trust Trump to do this and nothing more. And if it goes any further, and if it goes into regime change, something really wrong.
Well, and I remember I said this last time too, I think, is like, you're 100% correct, because I remember watching that live stream live, because I remember how significant it was. It was, I think, around July 4th, maybe I'm wrong, but
yes,
yeah. And so I remember also the White House article is still up. It says we completely destroyed their nuclear capabilities. And so I remember Charlie being like, we're going to trust the president on this. We're going to trust his intelligence, thinking that it's not the same deep state, et cetera. And I remember, and I think that's part of why they had to do what they did ultimately, because we very quickly restarted the war machine after that. And what was interesting to me after that was the people who previously were in the studio with Charlie when he was calling Lindsey Graham pathologically insane. Again, I've posted the 16-minute bit on my Twitter multiple times now, are now the ones writing puff pieces for Lindsey Graham and excusing the war in Iran and saying, well, we wouldn't know what Charlie would feel about this, when in reality, it's very simple to know what he would feel. He trusted the administration to do a precise strike in 2025, and they did that, and they told us that the nuclear facilities were destroyed. So either they lied or this is an illegitimate war, and Charlie died for what reason exactly? Something isn't adding up here, and to imply that you would not know how Charlie would feel about this war having sat in the studio next to him is asinine, when the video is right in front of our own eyes, right? This feels very much like 1984 in many ways, and the way in which these specific clips, right, Matt, that you and I have both kind of been working to unearth, it feels intentional. It's why I made kind of the mock Star Wars video I made the other day, because I call it the Kirk hives. I'm digging through the Kirk hives, trying to find these long lost clips that have been hidden, and it's wrong. It's evil to try and co-opt a dead man and turn him into a shill for an establishment and a regime that is not doing any of the things that Charlie himself and millions of other Americans, elected them to do. And so, again, it goes back to what Charlie said about always asking questions, because it poses a threat to an illegitimate regime. And unfortunately, as someone who toured with Charlie and put my all into getting these people elected, I don't think that they are, representing us in the way that we expected them to. And that in and of itself, to me, feels illegitimate, and it is a cause for concern. And I don't think that Charlie Kirk himself would be sitting in the studio like Blake Neff and Andrew Colvett are, just making excuses, talking about we need to pass the Save America Act because we might not have a Congress next year. I mean, come on, be real. You guys are not playing offense that Charlie Kirk used to play, and it's very intentional. Why? Because he came too close to, in my opinion, fundamentally restructuring this country from top to bottom, and the people he put in place to do that lied to him.
Well, imagine, right? So it's even worse that they are shilling for the people and organizations and countries